Welcome back to the yard, Dad. Well, winter is finally here. It's definitely a little bit chilly right now. We're going to do a couple tests today. I'm going to get some mulch beds cleaned up. I'm going to attempt to mow the backyard and get some leaves up. We might aerate, and my test I'll be doing is I'm going to do, well, let's see. I guess we'll just stick to the backyard with I'm going to test some dimension and pre-post-emergent. It works as a post-emergent for some stuff. Put some facts on the screen for you about it. Now you know all about dimension. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a stirrup hoe and I'm going to clean up, I guess that's what you call it. Let me know in the comments how many different names there is for the stirrup hoe. I'm going to take the stirrup hoe, I'm going to go into one side of the mulch beds, the side that has the least amount of bushes. I'm going to clean up most of the areas, but on that one specific side, the whole reason I'm going to clean it is part of the test is I'm going to put down dimension. We're going to see if it suppresses weeds more on that side come springtime than where I don't put it down. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if it works. Hopefully it does work, but we'll see. But I've always used dimension and it always takes care of my weeds here where I'm located in my zone and everything. Here, check out the front, and then we'll be working in the back today. Now we did get some snow and then it thawed out, of course. As you can see it on the mountains back there, but it's still looking good. Everything's still looking great. Sidewalk strip looks great. Looking good up here. Everything still looks fantastic, and it was covered with snow for a good week. We're supposed to get more snow here in a couple days, but I don't know. We had record highs the other day. It was 55, 56 degrees Fahrenheit, which is unheard of. It's usually the high is 32 at this time. Here's the dimension. Now my son's playing in the backyard, so I'm going to just keep this stuff in the garage, but we'll most likely be mowing a little bit. We'll definitely be doing this, and then I've got the stirrup hoe right here, so we'll be using this. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing today. If I've got some time on one side, just because I haven't done it, the side that we'll be working on with the dimension and everything, I want to use this manual aerator. Really like that thing. So I might try to get this out. We'll see what's up. But the ground is a little wet still. So it's actually a really good time to do it because it's going to just throw cores like no tomorrow. Yeah, not too much going on around here, and I really want to get the mower out again. I'll probably be the only person in the whole neighborhood using it. Usually we have snow everywhere. I mean, look, check out the mountains up here. You know what? I will zoom in for you. I will use my phone, but check out the mountains, and then I'll see you in the backyard. In the backyard now, on the side that we'll be doing the test on. I've already started working a little bit here, but this is basically the whole section I'm working in, and then getting some weeds off, like stuff like that. And then of course I'll probably move this white fence post right here. There's some more right there. I'm working in this area right now, and I'll just continue working, and yeah, as soon as I get done with that, then we'll go straight into the next thing, which I'll probably getting the mower out. I think it's just dry enough, and I'll put it up high. We'll get all those leaves up, get them out of here. But yeah, let's go. Let's go. right, got the stirrup hoe, weed removal and grass removal from the mulch beds done. I'll show you what I did on this side. Check it out right here. So I got all this stuff pulled up, and then right here I just made little piles. I'm going around with a plant container and just throwing them in and dumping them, but got a little pile, cleaned up all of this. Got a pile right here, and then all of this stuff, same thing, got whatever was out of here, fixed up the soil. So everything's good over here. And what I decided I'm going to do is, because that side had less weeds, this side over here actually had a lot more weeds. So we're going to do the dimension test on this side right here. And this is what I fixed. My son was helping me. That was pretty awesome. Yeah, we've got all this. So I'm going to get the dimension down just in this area right here. So we're just going to put a light amount, and I'm going to get it kind of like over in this area and stuff around this garbage can. This thing right here is actually going to be picked up and tossed. Garbage can will go back in the garage, but dimension from here to there, we'll see if it makes a difference in the spring. We'll come back in the spring when the snow thaws out and we'll see what's going on. And then of course we'll do the grass very early with the dimension everywhere. But I think it looks good. The mulch beds look a heck of a lot better. Up here it looks better, right here. So I'm going to get that done. And then I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, but I have a safe that was sent to me, and I'll put a link in the description below for it. You let me know what you think. I'll unbox it here at the end of the video if you want to stick around and see that. You know, like long rifle safe. You put about anything in it. It's skinny and tall, looks like a walker. I think it's digital, so it looks pretty cool. We're going to test out on that other side. And then of course, we got the mowing done. That looks nice back here. I still can't believe that it's almost Christmas and, you know, it still looks like this back here. It's usually green under the snow, but it, you know, it's not like that. It's dormant a little bit. Wow. And I think in the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some pruning. We're going to do some like pest stuff in the garage around the house. And out here, of course, we'll make like a perimeter. And then I'm also going to prune and clean up a bunch of these bushes and stuff. And then we'll do some aeration because something tells me that next week the weather is still going to be the same for a little bit. Yeah, let me get this dimension out. I'm just measuring out a very small amount. Always go by whatever the directions are on the label of whatever product you're using. So I'm also going to put this straight into my little hand spreader that I've got. What is it called? I guess it's a Scott's one, maybe. Oh yeah, here it is. So I'll just be using this. Let's get this stuff out. Let's go. I got everything done. We got the mulch beds cleaned up, and then we got those leaves mowed up. We used that stirrup hoe tool, or whatever it's called. And then I decided to aerate both sides of the house. And then I did some areas I noticed that were kind of not looking so good. I'll show you right now. It's an area that's always given me problems. Aerated right here. This area right here, it's all been aerated. You can see some of the cores right there. I kind of got up along this planter thing right here as well. I did all along this side over here. Did a couple passes, and then did a couple here, and then finished lighter on here and on the other end of the house. And this was the first spot I did, because I'm not carrying that thing. So wherever that thing goes, it's aerated. You'll see, got a nice clay cores. The beautiful clay. Keep an eye on that. Here's what the dimension looks like. I went a little heavier over here and then kind of evened it out going over to here. Got around all the back of this stuff. I'll probably be tossing that. And I still got some stuff to clean up. Need to get this hose detached and covered and never ending. But hope you learned something. Hopefully this test works out. There's a little aeration, a little mowing at a very odd time of season. And of course, got the dimension down and looking good. Front looks amazing. Still looking good. Still got the domination going on. All right, definitely. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to unbox the safe. We'll go over everything. Probably what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use it in my garage to just store stuff that I don't want my son to get his hands on. Maybe eventually I'll get another one for upstairs or something, I don't know yet. For now, I'll unbox it, show it to you. We'll show the inside, all that stuff, and then we'll wrap up the video. And like I was saying, hope you learned something. I'll keep trying to make videos as much as I can. Been having a little trouble with the snow. And let's unbox this thing. All right, well, welcome to my kitchen. We're gonna unbox this thing inside. It is way too cold outside. I'm not dealing with that right now. There's also not much space in there right now because I still need to clean the garage up. But welcome to the Chef Dad. If you haven't seen that channel, I have another channel called the Chef Dad. I do a bunch of different types of recipes from vintage cookbooks and stuff like that. Check it out, the Chef Dad. Yeah, let's unbox this thing. I'm gonna cut it open, slide it out, hopefully. And yeah, it's called KAER, like K-A-E-R. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Let's see. Yeah, K-A-E-R. You're gonna get 15% off on this if you do wanna get one of these, and I'll put the link in the description and everything. And I think it's YD, as in Yard Dad. I don't even know why I'm telling you that, but YD15. And you'll use their link. So it's not an Amazon thing or anything like that. All right, well, let's unbox this thing. So first impressions, definitely pretty cool. It's almost as tall as I am. But here, I'll give you some facts on this real quick. No, I did not memorize these facts. I screenshotted them just so I can inform you on everything about this. So the dimensions is 52 inches in height. And then of course it's by 8.66 inches diameter. And then the width is 9.85 inches. I think I said that right. It can maximum gun height, if you're going to store guns, which I'm assuming most people will, is 50 inches. And it can hold up to 2 to 4 rifles with 1 rack or 2 pistol pockets. And it's cold rolled steel with 4 20mm solid bolts. This gun safe will be even stronger. It's got an advanced password lock system, an emergency key dual protection. Okay, cool. And then that ensures that the safe is reliable storage of your firearms. Anything else you want to put in there. Now, like I said, I'm going to be putting this in my garage. I'm going to fill it with like fertilizer, maybe bags of post-emergent, pre-emergent, any type of spot shot stuff for the yard, stuff that I don't want my son to get his hands on, so that once I clean up the garage, if we're hanging out in there and I get it warmed up in there, I just don't want him getting his hands on certain things, and I have it all up on top of my toolbox and it's driving me insane. So I might make a little wooden shelf or 2 for this thing and somehow fit it in there, but yeah. And then I'll probably get another one for upstairs. But I like it. I mean, the thing's solid, looks really nice. Check out the nice sunset out here right now. Very, very nice. But yeah, super cool. So what I'm gonna do is we'll go through this accessory bag, see what's in here. So we got the keys, if of course your batteries die. Battery box. This thing right here, Boondock Saints. Ever seen that movie? Straight up Boondock Saints. That's what that's reminding me of. Or like independent skateboards or something if you cut it off right there. But yeah, here's the smart lock. So it looks like you just punch your numbers in and then you turn by twisting this dial. So that's pretty cool. I'm assuming if I pull this thing off, that's where your key would go if the battery on this dies. you can always just pop that thing off and use your key. But it looks like there's more stuff in here. So let's get this thing open. We might have to use the key. Here we go. I knew it. First time opening, insert the key, rotate the keyboard clockwise, and then we'll insert 4 AA batteries, which I'm going to have to find right now because I definitely don't. They did not include any. And then it says, please do not use rechargeable or different brands of batteries. All right, so we'll go ahead and do all that. And then there's the electronic password instructions. So I'll just go ahead and set that up later. But you know, we'll do that, check out the inside and everything, and then I'll wrap up the video. All right, so we'll remove that. Turn this. There we go. I heard it. Yeah. And everything's falling. All right, nice. So you got your side things for your pistols here, I guess. And then there's a shelf up here. That shelf looks like you can move it out. And it looks like, oh, okay. So if you want to bolt this thing down to the floor, which is, I believe in the instructions, it recommends that so that, you know, it doesn't fall over. I'm gonna have this thing actually behind stuff, and only when I need to get into it will I walk over to it and move that stuff. Yeah, real nice. Plus it's gonna be in the garage. I can easily, all these holes back here, you can wall mount it as well. And that's what some of these other bolts are for. But if you want to wall mount it, you can do that, or you can floor mount it. And I'm sure if you pull this up, yeah, there's holes down there. There's one right there. But nice, I can build little shelves for sure. Use this in the garage. All right, well, I'm gonna lock this thing up. I'll set my smart lock thing up. It's pretty basic, like have that open and then turn it. I think we're good now. Yep, all good. I'm gonna get this thing to the garage. I'll see you on the next one. Check out that link in the description. And yeah, this thing's solid. It's a good one. And I like that they gave me the keys too, because I've gotten one of these and they forgot to give the keys. But I'll see you on the next one. Hope you learned something. Peace. Thanks for watching the Yard Dad.